Hello, Nick here. Got a new radio. New to me anyway. And if you're following along with my channel, this is one of the boat anchors that I got in that collection that I bought out. So I already did a video on the one down here. That's a Hallicrafters SX20R. And that thing is awesome. It's so nice. It makes my teeth sweat. And I've always wanted one of those. Ever since I first saw a picture of one, probably in the early 90s. I mean, I really wasn't into radio in the 80s and stuff, even though I'm an old man. So the first time I ever even knew one of those existed was probably in the middle 90s, maybe. And I saw one and I'm like, oh my gosh, that thing is so cool. And back then, everyone I found for I mean, the only place I could buy radios back then was like on eBay. They had a local ham fest, and those guys were crooks. I mean, I remember going there and buying a couple of radios, and I even traded some that I bought on eBay. And I went there and I'm like, hey, does this thing work? Because I don't know how to fix them. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I remember trading a Hammerlin HQ 170 for a because it was a ham only and it was stone mint and it worked perfect. But I traded it for a National, I forgot the number, but it was a general coverage receiver. It was probably made in the 40s and it looked beautiful. I still have it. It just doesn't work. Okay. And it kind of worked when I got it home, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's a fucking crook. But anyway, long story. So I could never find one of these that was all working. And then I stopped paying attention for a while. Like I had a lull where I wasn't into radios for 10 years or something like that. And then I got back into it. Then I started looking for one because I knew they were old, right? This one was made like before the Second World War. And so it's like, you got to get one that's been recapped and it has somebody, tune it up or whatever. And you start finding those radios nowadays, and they're over $2,000. And some of them still look nasty. Like, it's not easy to reproduce the lettering. Anyway, that one was part of the collection I just bought, and I'm very lucky. It's beautiful, and it works very well. Go back and watch the video. So anyway, but part of the collection was this one, S20R to be exact. And the guy that I bought it from told me that it had been rebuilt or worked over or restored or whatever the term you want to use is, because it looks beautiful. I mean, so they must have repainted the cabinet and they probably relettered it. I mean, it really looks beautiful. I mean, it has that Art Deco case with the silver stuff on the side, and everything about it is really nice. And it works, okay? But I don't know if it's working the way Hallicrafters made them work when they were brand new. So 1930 whatever, if you went and bought one of these and got it home, is this how it worked? You guys tell me after you see how it works. I mean, I can get sound to come out of it, and it plays on all the bands and all that kind of stuff, but the dial alignment is not very great. It has an internal speaker, and even with this all the way down and the gain nearly off, you can still hear it. So that's the RF gain. And it's still zero volume, and there's still noise coming out of there. So maybe that was part of the rebuild that the guy did. Maybe he didn't do a very good job. Put the wrong capacitor in there. God knows. All right, have no idea. But anyway, so gain is on zero, and I still hear it. Then again, this is the medium wave band. All the signals are extremely powerful, so it doesn't, when you get into the short wave, it does that much less. But anyway, let's get a little closer. Try and zoom in so we can see some of this stuff. I mean, it's basic. All right, RF gain, 4 bands, AF gain, automatic volume control like an AGC, either off or on. You can turn the BFO off or on, and then it has a noise limiter off or on. Main tuning, band spread tuning, band spread tuning. I read the manual. In order for this to be accurate, this has to be at 0. And it stops kind of at 1 there, but that's probably an adjustment, but doesn't really matter because this ain't that accurate to begin with. Off position, and then high, medium, and low have something to do with tone, I think. And the manual says high is normal tone. So I'll just leave it there. And then this is your BFO control. Pitch, they call it pitch control, that's your BFO. And then send and receive over here. Anyway, let's start flipping some knobs. We'll zoom in a little bit. We might have to trim the edges just so we can get nice and close. All right. All right. So we are on band 1, which is the medium wave band. I'm going to favor because the iPhone lens is on this side, I'm going to favor it this way on the band just so we can kind of get an indication of the band, the dial alignment. See how accurate, or I guess you should say inaccurate it is. So.
Well, the chemicals that are increased in women, they have...
and there's no S meter on this radio. So this is AM broadcast. We're in Dallas, Texas. I got it hooked to the Wellbrook antenna, obviously running on its own internal speaker. And this is 6:60 a.m. Now, you'll say, Nick, you must be a freaking idiot because the dial is pointing at exactly 6:60. Yes, it is. Now. Right now it is. Okay. 8:20. Still perfect. Nick, you don't know what the hell you're doing, Nick. The next station we're going to listen to is 1080. 1,000, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, we're creeping up. 1080's on 1100. The next station is my favorite sports station, 1310.
And 16,000 off select Ford Edges to check
out
all the awesome special. My name in there, I just get drops. That's it. Look, we were on a short time. Okay.
1330.
Real quick, because running the board is my Blue Line partner, Connor Caldwell. Morning, Connor. Producing today, Dylan Reed.
Seems to get dead up here. Usually there's a 1630 that comes in pretty clear. There's nothing coming in up here. Let me turn the gain up.
Có chữ yêu trên rồi thôi.
25 cents per gallon.
Winners. Meant to remember Alice Coachman, the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. This is Bree Wood for the Black. Transform a life.
All right, so that's 1630. So, all right, so maybe I have to stand by and correct my statement that the alignment is horrible. When I first turned it on and let it warm up for 5 minutes, it was much worse than this. It has been running now for over 2 hours, and I just wanted to let it get totally warmed up. And then again, you know, I have no idea when the last time this radio was even turned on, right? The guy that owned it before me might have just had it sitting on a shelf. And the capacitors and the tubes and everything could have, you know, they need to get the dust blown off of them, so to speak. Anyway, so this is 1630.
Congratulations to them. Also,
not bad, not horrendous. It's acting weird though with this.
Robin Thede and Annie Gonzalez will also feature in the movie, which is directed by the Tickets and Harlem fame. And finally, the inaugural Empower Her Music Festival will take place on May 10th on Hollywood Boulevard. This all-female event will feature performances by Jasmine Sullivan, Norma highlighting the stories of trailblazing women from Los Angeles. With the latest in entertainment at 17 and 47 minutes past each hour, I'm Bree Wood on the Black Information Network.
So this is the same signal we were just listening to, 1630, and now it's coming in at 1710. And it's because I moved this.
In 1992, Carol Mosley Braun became the first black woman to serve in the
All right, yeah, so see, this is reading 1710 on the dial, and it's 1630 actual. But the weird thing is, literally 90 seconds ago, we were listening to it here, and then it moved here. But anyway, it's getting freaky at the edges of the band. And maybe I'm just being picky. Maybe you should just be happy that AM broadcast comes out of it, right? I mean, I don't know what the expectations were, because this is kind of like I don't want to say entry-level radio, but, you could buy this at the same time you could buy this, all right? And so if this was available, this was a darn entry-level radio then, okay? All right, let's go up a band. Actually, probably a couple, because it's only like 10:30 in the morning, so there's probably not a lot of stuff on these low bands. Band 3. All right, let's see if we can get 15 megahertz. Coming in nice. Coming in very nice. At 15.250. All right, let's go down to 10 megahertz. Ten is very nice. Now, I'm going to say that this is the center of the dial. So maybe whoever aligned it only did the alignment in the center of the dial, and he didn't spend his time focusing on the edges. Because as it gets much further off at the edges. So what can we check down here? Anything? Yeah, we can't get to 5. It's 5.5. This might be 15 up there. Let's check that. Band sounds dead. Is there an antenna trimmer? No. Okay, that band's dead. Nothing. Oh, I had the volume way down. Maybe that'll help. Nothing. Maybe I just can't get 20. Nothing in that 17 megahertz range either. Nothing down there. Well, at least the band's not dead. All right. So let's try something in the 11 range. Should be some shortwave. 12050 maybe. Yeah, so it sounds nice. We're in the middle of the band though. And this is 12160. Indicated 12225. So not terrible, but getting better. Okay, so it's really bad at the edges, and it gets better as you get towards the middle. I think that's 12050, which I could definitely live with that. That's probably 930. Then you got all those other, you know, I think they're foreign, South American maybe stations. Yeah, so the dial alignment's nice in the center. I got the volume all the way off. I can't get the sound to go off. But that's probably just a function of the guy who rebuilt it. But, I mean, my expectations for this, I don't know. I got an SX100, and this thing works as good as the SX28, okay? This is an awesome radio. S20, I think when this was new, this probably worked as good as, like, similar to this one. I don't see it would be, you know, acting weird like this, so at least it looks good, right? So, anyway, I don't know. Well, let's just try, I don't know, can we even do some, yeah, let's try some, 13270 maybe, what do you call it, Trenton? So come up here, we'll put it on BFO, we'll put it on ABC off, we'll put the volume up. ABC off. Let's go up here and use the band spread. Oh, the band spread will go up. So let's go the other way. We'll come over here and we'll go up. All right, so I think maybe we're too high. Let's come down a little bit. We'll start here and we'll go up. A minute and a half before it goes off. All right, let's just quickly try 15034. So 15 was like here, and we'll go up. Nothing. No. No. All right, so I probably have to monkey with the sideband, the BFO some more, but anyway, that I just wanted to do a quick video because one of my viewers commented that he had an S20, and I said, "Oh, let me show you mine." I mean, like I said, I don't think this is a great radio by any means. Looks nice, looks very nice. So I don't know. I'd be curious to hear your comments about. Is this operating like kind of like the way it was when it was new, or does this need a lot of help? So anyway, all right, thanks for hanging out.